A is placed on the other, when the figure A is placed on the other figure B, and both figure covers each other completely, and both figures covers each other completely, then we can say the figures are congruent. So, two plane figures, two plane figures. So what we observe here, two plane figures. There are two plane figures now here. We see here, I have two plane figure here. You can see on the screen here, a figure A, B, C, D, and another figure in the green is P, Q, R, S, T. These are the two figures. And one figure is placed on the other. You can see here. Now this is one figure and this is the another figure. And both figure, when these two figures are placed on the other, you can see, then both figure covers each other completely. So here are two figures now.
Yes.
Yeah, you can see on the screen here now. So we have two figures here. ABCD is a polygon, another polygon is there. And what we see that when one figure is placed on the other, this is the one figure and this is the another figure. When we place, one figure is placed on the other, what we observe here? These two figures covers each other completely. You cannot see the first figure, that is the color in the green. So we can observe only, or we can see only the orange color now here. So this shows that when these two figures cover each other completely, it means that the both figures are congruent. Both figures are congruent. But in case we take another figure, these are the two figures here. So what we see here? But these two figures are not congruent because these two figures cannot cover exactly each other. They cannot cover exactly each other. You can see it. The figure green is not covered by this orange one figure, triangle, and this pentagon is not covered by this triangle. So these two figures are not congruent. But in this case, these two figures are congruent. And what we observe here, we see that which side covers, you can see here, BC side is covered by the QR, this one. Similarly, PQ side is covered by the AB. Similarly, the PT side is covered by the AE. Similarly, DE side is covered by the ST. And similarly, the CD side is covered by the RS. Or we can say the angle Q is congruent to the angle B. Angle P is congruent to the angle A. Angle T is congruent to the angle E. Angle D is congruent to the angle S. And angle C is congruent to the angle R. So now we see here, so we can see the two figures are congruent when one figure is placed on the other and both figure covers each other completely, then we can say the triangles are, or the any polygons are congruent. So I think the congruence is very clear. And now we move.
Excuse
now
me,
we
sir.
move. Yes.
Sir, one question is coming.
Yes.
From Abhiraj
Yes.
from Madhya Pradesh.
Yes.
He is asking if
Yes.
the area of two squares
Just
is same,
okay,
they
okay.
are congruent or not?
Of course, I will tell. I will tell.
And one more is there.
Yes.
Same for the circle also he is asking.
Of course, sir. I will take it, sir. Just a minute. Now we take. Now you see here. I have taken the thing here. Now we come to the, first of all, I will come to the symbol of congruence. Then after that, we will take the questions, whatever is. So the symbol of congruence consists of two signs. That is the one is of equal and the other one is the similar. So when these two sign combines, to make the symbol of congruence here. So the congruence consists of two symbols. The size must be equal or the equal sign is there, and the shape should be same. So the similar symbol is there. So I think the congruence symbol is defined or it is very well understood by everyone. After that, now we come to the congruent figure. Now we come to the line. So what we see here, two line segments are congruent. When they are congruent, when their length are same. If the lines of different length can't be congruent, so the two lines will be congruent if and only if they have the same length. Similarly, in the case of angles, when two angles are of equal measure, then they will also be the congruent. So in this picture, I have shown you the angle ABC is of 53 degree. PQR is also the of 53 degrees. So angle B and Q both are of the measure 53 degree. Hence we can say these angles are congruent. So and what there are so many examples we take. If any two or more angles, if their measures are same, then they will be congruent. Now we come to the circle. So what can you say the congruent circle? What are the congruent circle? The circles with congruent radii or the circle with equal radii. We have taken here the two circles of radius 7. So when these two circles is placed on the other, if one circle is placed on the other, both circle will cover each other completely. So the circles with congruent radii will be congruent circles. I think it is clear. Now we come to the square case. Now we come to the square case. That questions was asked by someone. So now we move to the, now look at the screen there. Two squares. His area is 9 and another square, its area is also 9. So the area of both the square is 9. So what possibility of the side will be? So the area of square equal 9. And what is that? It is the side square. And the side will be of 3. Similarly, in this case, the side will be of 3. So in this case, all sides are same. All sides are same. So when one square is placed on the other having the same area, both will cover each other because their sides are same and shapes are same. When sides and shape both are same, the figures are congruent. Hence, we can say that the squares of the same area will be congruent. But in case of rectangle, now we extend this question again here. In the case of a square, in the case of a rectangle, sorry. So now we have two rectangles. Now we have two rectangles. Their areas are 12. Their areas are 12. There are two rectangles here and their areas are 12. What possibility may be the side? This will be 3, 4, or this will be 6, or this will be 2, 6, and this will be 2. So the area of rectangle is length into breadth. Area of rectangle is length into breadth. So length is 3, breadth is 4, area is 12. Similarly, in this case, so what will be the area? Length into breadth, 6 into 2, and it is equal to 2. Area are same. In the case of rectangle, it is not possible that two rectangles will be congruent. It will be congruent only when their sides will be same. Now you can see here, the areas are same, but the sides are different here. So when rectangle is placed on the other, so it will not cover each other completely. Hence, when two rectangles having the same area will not be congruent, it may or may not be congruent. So it will be congruent only when they will have the same length and breadth. But in the case of a square, when areas are same, then the rectangle or the square will be congruent. But what about the perimeter here? Now we extend this question again. If two squares having the same perimeter, for example, this is a square and its perimeter is 8. So what can you say about these are the two squares having the same perimeter? This is the perimeter and this was the area. Now this area is there. These are the two squares having the same perimeter. So the sides will be the perimeter. What is the perimeter? 4 into side. So this one is the 8, 4 into side, and the side will be 2. In the case 2, the side will be 2. So all sides are same. You can see here, all sides are same, but there, and so hence this perimeter, any two squares having the same perimeter as well as the same area will be congruent. But in the case of rectangle, it is not possible. It may or it may not be possible. I think it is clear. Question is. So now we come to the, is there any doubt? So I think there should be no doubt. I have extended this question for the rectangle too and for the rectangle in the case of the perimeter too. So now we move to the starting one. What are the congruent figures I have taken? Now we come to the triangles. Now on the screen you can see in class 6, in the earlier classes, we have studied that the triangle and its parts or elements. A triangle has 6 parts, 3 angles and 3 sides. On the screen I have shown you that a triangle ABC, it has 3 angles, that is the angle A, angle B and angle C. And 3 sides, one side is AC, other side is BC and the last one is the AB. So these are the parts. So the triangle has 6 elements or the 6 parts. So with the help of which we will prove the congruence of the triangle. We will prove the congruence of the triangle. Now we move to the two figures here. One triangle is ABC and another triangle is PQR. These are the two triangles. And for the two triangles, there are 6 parts where these are the 6 pairs of matching parts, 3 pairs of sides, 3 pairs of angle. So in this case, we see that if one triangle, two triangles are congruent, if they are copies, if two triangles are congruent, if they are copies of each other, or when superposed, they cover each other. When superposed, they cover each other. So now we see on the screen here, these are two triangle ABC and triangle DEF here. So the angle C is corresponding to the angle F, or it is a matching part. Similarly, AC part is corresponding to the FD, AB is corresponding to the D. Similarly, the angles here, angle A is the corresponding to the angle D, Angle B is corresponding to the angle E, and angle C is corresponding to the angle F. So it is clear. So is it necessary to show all these six pairs of the part, six pair of the part, yeah, six pair of elements to prove the triangles to be congruent? So I think we see here only three pairs of matching parts are necessary to show or to prove any two triangles to be congruent. It is not necessary to show all the six parts to show the congruent. So here we see that now we come across some criteria for the congruence of triangle here. So what we see here, criteria for congruence of triangle, one is SAS, side, angle, side. Only three pairs of matching part are necessary to show the triangles congruent. Only three pairs of matching part, not six pair of matching part. So the triangle, and there are two triangles, there are six pair of matching part, but we will use only three pairs of matching part to show the triangles to be congruent. Number one, SAS congruence rule. Side, angle, side. And ASA, second one is the ASA congruence rule, angle, side, angle, and its extended form is the angle, angle, side. And third one is the SSS, side, side, side. And the last one is the RHS, right angle, hypotenuse, sides. So we are using here only three pairs of matching part. So when the triangles will be congruent, so the rest of the three parts will also be the congruent, or they will be the equal. So we have only four congruence rule, four congruence criteria for the triangles here. So first of all, we will take the SAS triangle, side, angle, side congruence rule.
Excuse me,
So,
sir.
sir,
Sir, one learner,
yes,
Mr. Abhishek, he is asking, then
yes,
which is not the criterion for congruence of two triangles? As you have
yes,
explained,
I will take it. I will
what is
take
the...
it, sir. I will take
Okay, okay, okay.
SAS congruence criterion number one. If any two sides and the included angle of one triangle. Now you can see on the screen here. There are two triangles ABC and triangle DEF. So the if any two sides and the included angle. So you can see here, if the sides are AB and BC, and in between there is a angle B that is of 50 degrees. So 50 degree is the angle which is included between the side of 7 centimeter and 5 centimeter. So the included angle, I think it is clear. So the if two sides of a triangle, two sides and the included angle of one triangle are respectively equal to the two sides and the angle included of the other, the triangles will be congruent. So I think now you can see here on the screen here. So the when two triangles will be congruent following the SAS rule. So first of what says when two triangles are congruent, if two sides and the angle included means बीच वाला, दो साइड के बीच में जो एंगल हो वो included angle कहलाता है. So two sides and the angle included of one triangle are respectively equal to the two sides and the angle included of the other, the triangles will be congruent. So we can see here AB equal EF. AB and EF both are congruent. They are of the same length. Similarly, angle B and angle E, they are of the same measure, 50 degree. And BC and EF both are congruent and they are of 5 centimeter, and BC and DE both are of 5 centimeter. BC and DE both are of 5 centimeter. AB and EF both are of 7 centimeter. So now you can see here. So it is very important to understand how to write the congruence. How to write the congruence. So it is very important that how will you write the congruence? You can see on the screen here. I will show you. I will show you to here. In triangle ABC. This is a triangle ABC. Just A, B, C. This is of 5, 7. AB is of 7 centimeter, and the angle included is of 50 degree. Now we take another triangle. It is there. Angle D, angle E, angle F. It is of 7. This is of 50 degree. Angle E is of 50 degree, and this is the 5. So now we see here. Now you can see here. Now you can see here. These are the two triangles. And we have seen here the in triangle ABC and triangle DEF. So the AB is equal to the EF. This is the congruent, which is 7. And angle B is congruent to the angle E. It is of 50 degree. And similarly, the BC is congruent to the DE. It is of 5 centimeter. So by SAS, you can see here SAS. This is the S, this is the A, and this is the S. So SAS congruency. By SAS congruence rule or criteria. Now how will you write it? You see here the triangle ABC. First of all, you write like this ABC and the symbol of congruence. Now we write the another triangle according to the matching parts. You can see here the angle B. Now you can see here angle B is in between A and C. So we will write the angle E also in the middle. Now you see here AB. So this is the AB. This AB is formed by the first two letters here, AB. So E is fixed here. AB is equal to the EF. So the position of E is fixed here. So the F can only be written here. Now we confirm this. So FE and the last one is the D. So D will be there. Now whether it is right or not, this third one will confirm whether the congruence is correctly written or not. So we see here BC. So BC is this one. Last two letters. So the last BC is D. Now you can check here. The last two letter is also D or the D or the BC. So this triangle now we can write here. So first of all, we will write the first triangle. Again congruent symbol. After that, we will write the another triangle following the matching part, according to the matching part. And first of all, we prefer that the angle should be written first here. So the angle B is written here in the middle. So we will write the angle E in the middle. You can see here. This is in the middle. After that, we will use the first two letter. In the first two letter, it is AB. So AB is equal to the EF. So देखिए, AB is here. So the first two letter from the FE or EF both are same. Similarly, and the last one will confirm. Last one will confirm whether the congruency is written correctly or not. So the last one is the BC. So what you see here, the BC. BC is the last two letter. So the BC is the congruent to the D, or BC is corresponding to the D. So the last two letter is D. So it is correctly written here. So you can see here what is the SAS congruence rule. And you have also learned how to write the correct congruency. And when the triangles becomes congruent, now we have used here only 3 pairs of matching part here. So rest of the 3 parts are there. So we can say that the rest of the part, now we can, if you place this triangle over this triangle, so they will coincide each other or they will cover each other. So that this side will cover BC and this side will cover DC. AB, and this angle will cover, angle E will cover the angle B here. So we see here the rest of the part. So what are the rest of the part? AB we have taken here, we have used here. So two pairs of sides we have taken. So one side is left here, that is the AC. So you can see here. So you can see here the AC, extreme letters. AC. Here, what are the extreme here? FD. So the AC will be equal to the FD, or they will be the congruent, or this AC side will fall on the FD here. Similarly, one angle we have taken here. We have used here one pair of angle here. Now rest of the two angles are there. Now you can see here. The angle A, you can see here, the angle A is written here first. Similarly, in the case of the triangle FED, F is written here. So the angle A, is congruent to the angle F. Similarly, what about the angle C? What about the angle C here? You can see here the angle C. Where is the angle C? Angle C is just angle C is at the last. C is in the last. So it will be corresponding to the angle D. So it will be D here. So here these are the three pairs of matching parts which were not used to make the triangle congruent. And after the congruence, these three pairs of matching part will also be equal. This is known as the CPCT, corresponding parts of congruent triangles. So these are known as the corresponding part. Actually, all are the corresponding parts of the triangle. We have used here only three pairs of matching part. After that, when the triangles becomes congruent, then rest of the three parts will also be the congruent. I think it is clear. SAS congruence rule, and we may take so many questions here. So the
Sir?
first questions,
Excuse me, sir.
sir.
Sir, one more question is there.
Yes.
Now you have explained about the angle 50 degree.
Yes.
Now the learner Mr. Amrik Singh from Punjab,
Yes.
he is asking if the angles are different, then
Yes.
triangle is congruent or not.
Yes. The triangles will not be congruent when the two sides and the angle included. We have already said in the statement, when two sides of a triangle and the angle included of one triangle must be equal to the two sides and the angle included of the other, then the triangles will be congruent. If in case we have taken the triangle DF, if the angle E is of 70 degrees, then the triangles can't be congruent. So because it does not fulfill the SS criteria, that is why the triangles will not be congruent. So it is necessary or it is compulsory when two sides and the angle included of one triangle must be equal to the two sides and the included angle of the other triangle. So now we move to the.
Sir, one more question is there.
Yes.
Mr. Vikas from Himachal Pradesh.
Yes.
He is asking, is there any rule for AAA, AAA?
Yeah, just I will take it, sir. I will take it. Both of these questions, sir.
Okay, fine.
So now we move to the one application of the SAS congruence rule. So now we can see here. You can see here, I have taken here. I have taken A, B, C, D. Now you can see on the screen here. I have taken the figure. Now you can see here. Now I have been asked. Where is a triangle AOD is congruent to the triangle BOC. Now I have been asked in this figure, whether these two triangles are congruent or not. Now you can see here, in this triangle, we know only two sides here. Similarly, in the triangle BOC, two sides are also known, but only we see that the DO is congruent to the CO, or DO is equal to the CO. BO is equal to the AO. So applying the condition SAS, so two sides are there. So actually we have only SAS, we have learned here SAS, so I have taken the question of SAS only here. So the angle included is not known. First of all, I will see whether these two angles are equal or not. So you can guess here. So let us consider that this angle is 1, this angle is 2. These two angles are formed by two intersecting lines. So these two angles must be vertically opposite angle. So these are the two vertically opposite angles. So hence they will be equal. So now we can say the SAS. Now how will you write here? In triangle AOD and triangle BOC AB, AO is congruent to the BO. So, and the angle 1, this angle 1 is equal to the angle 2 of this triangle. These are the two vertically opposite angles, hence they will be equal. Similarly, the DO will be congruent to the CO. So these are two already, it is given. So we have here S, and this one is the A, and this one is the S. So by SAS congruence rule, we can say that the triangle AOD, now we write according to the matching parts here. Now we see here the O, this O, angle O, 1 and 2. So the angle O is written between. So we will write in the middle here. AO. So AO is the first two letter here. So we will write here BO. So O is already there. It means that we have to write here only B. And the third pair of matching part will confirm. So what is here? Only C. And third part is the OD. This is the OD. OD is the corresponding sides of the CO. So the OD is there and this one CO is there. It means the congruency is written correctly. So you can say that the triangle OAOD is congruent to the triangle BOC. So we have used here three pairs of matching part here. So what about the rest of the parts? So the rest of the part will also be the equal. So which parts will be the equal? Now you can see here AO and DO we have used here. AO and DO we have used here. What about the AD? So AD, you can see here the AD is first and last letter. So the AD will be equal. You can see here BC. You can see here BC. AD is congruent to the BC. Similarly, what about the angle A? This is the angle A is written here first. So this will be B. So angle A will be congruent to the angle. You can see here angle A and what about the angle D? So the angle D will be congruent to the angle. This angle D is here. This last one the C. So the angle D will be equal to the angle C. And furthermore, if this angle becomes this one, if this angle D becomes equal to this angle by CBCT, then what can you say? Then what can you say here? This angle C is equal to this angle D. We have by CPCT, corresponding part of congruent triangle. So these are the two alternate angles. These are the two alternate interior angles. So these are two alternate interior angles, hence these two lines will be parallel. So upon next, we can write here too the AD, since angle D is equal to the angle C, then we can, these are alternate interior angles. So the AD will be parallel to the BC. AD will be. So if you are asked whether, I've been asked whether these two triangles are congruent, yes, they are congruent. And what are the parts? Equal matching parts. So we can write here like this. And further it is asked whether these two lines are parallel, then we have to show these two angles are equal and these are the alternate interior angles. Hence these two sides AD and BC will be parallel. So we will, I think this question should be clear to everyone. So this is the application of just SAS triangle criterion or the SAS triangle congruence rule. So we can take many more examples, many more problems like this. And I will take the question now here just after 5 minutes. Sir, 5 minute ka break.
Fine. Learner, we will go for a break of 5 minutes and then we will resume it. In the meantime, you send the questions. You can SMS your question. You can send it by logging on to the SDMIS. So we will meet after 5 minutes break.
जीवन ये प्रकाशित करने राहों को आलोकित करने हम अपना दीपक स्वयं बने, हम अपना रास्ता स्वयं चुने।
अपना दीपक स्वयं बने, हम अपना रास्ता स्वयं चुने।
जीवन ये प्रकाशित करने राहों को आलोकित करने।
धन साधन समय की सीमा से विद्यालय जो मुक्त हो,
धन साधन समय की सीमा से विद्यालय जो मुक्त हो।
कभी पढ़े हम कहीं पढ़े वे विषय की लोच से युक्त हो।
कभी पढ़े हम कहीं पढ़े वे विषय की लोच से युक्त हो।
मित्रों हम उठे और जागे,
मंजिल आने की ध्वनि सुने। हम अपना दीपक स्वयं बने, हम अपना रास्ता स्वयं चुने।
जीवन ये प्रकाशित करने राहों को आलोकित करने।
राष्ट्रीय मुक्त विद्यालय का है द्वार खुला सबकी खातिर।
शिक्षा परीक्षा का अवसर एक बार ही क्यों मिलता फिर।
शिक्षा और परीक्षा का अवसर एक बार ही क्यों मिलता फिर। दुनिया में इसके केंद्र बात
कोई मन जा
see on the screen here some learners. So I think one of the learners asked the question, if the perimeter or the circumference of two circles are equal, so whether the circles will be congruent or not. So the circumference are equal. If the circumference are equal, no, there are two circles here. There are two circles, one of radius R1 and another radius of R2. So these two, if the circumference are equal, so C1 will be 2 pi R1 and the C2 will be 2 pi R2. So that these two circles will be congruent if and only if their radii are congruent or the radii are equal. So since the circumference are equal, means C1 equal C2, means 2 pi R1 equal 2 pi R2. So the 2 pi and 2 pi gets cancelled here, and what we observe here, R1 equal R2, meaning that the two circles having the same radii, hence they will be congruent. Similarly, in the case if their areas are equal, so what about the A1? A1 equal pi R1 square. What about the area of the another circle? Pi R2 square. And since the areas are same, so we can write here pi R1 square equal pi R2 square. So we can, pi gets cancelled, R1 square equal R2 square, and we will have R1 equal R2. In this case too, we have the radii same. So the two circles having the same circumference or having the same area will be congruent. I think the question is clear now. Answer is clear. Solution is, I think there should be no problem at all.
Correct,
Now we come to the another criterion. Sir. ASA congruence criterion, sir. Now, the ASA congruence rule states that the two triangles, what we observe here, two angles and the side is included or the side is in between the two angles here. So the two triangles are congruent if two angles and the included side of one triangle. So the included side of one triangle are respectively equal to the two angles and the side and the included side of the other triangle. Two triangles will be congruent if two angles, you can see here on the screen here, two angles and the side included. There are two angles 60 and 30 and the side included is 6 centimeter here. In the case of the triangle LMN, so the angles are also 60 and 30 and the side included or the side in between the angles is 6. So these two triangles will be congruent by angle side angle congruence rule. So the two triangles are congruent by SA. It states that two triangles are congruent if two angles and the included side of one triangle are equal to the two angles and the included side of the other. Now you can see on the screen, in those two triangles QR and LM both are equal 6 centimeter. This is the side included and the angles, angle R equal angle L, angle Q equal angle M. So by ASA congruence rule, so the triangle PQR, now you can see on the screen how will you write? First of all, triangle PQR. Now see here, the R is corresponding. Angle R is written in the last, so L will be written in the last here. Similarly, Q is written in between, so the N will also be written in between. So the rest of the one letter is M. And the last one, QR, it will confirm whether it is written wrong or right. So the QR is the last two letters. Similarly, you can see here the LM. So you can see on the screen here. So you can write here AAS. This is the ASA, extended form of the ASA. So the two triangles are congruent. What the AAS also says that. Now you can see here on the screen here, two triangles are congruent. It is the corollary of ASA congruency, or it is the extended form of the congruency. Now you can see here two triangles are congruent if two pairs of angles and one pair of corresponding sides are equal. We may call it as a angle side congruence rule. Now you can see on the screen here ABC and PQR, these are the two triangles. So earlier we know it the only ASA congruence rule. So what was the ASA congruence rule? So the angle B is 40, angle R is 40. But in triangle ABC, what will be the value? What will be the measure of angle C here? You can see here it will be of by angle sum property, it will be of 110. Similarly, the third angle, if two angles are given, if two angles of both triangles are equal, then third one will also be the equal by angle sum property of triangle. Hence, angle C will be equal to the angle Q. So now we can apply here angle C is 110, Q is also 110. So we can apply here the ASA rule 2. So this was the angle side. It is the actually extended form of the ASA. So in this triangle, so in this rule, two triangles are congruent if any two pairs of angles and one pair of corresponding sides are equal. Then we will say the triangles will be congruent by angle side congruence rule. So this angle side congruence rule is clear. So now we come to the sum properties, and one of the question is related to this sum properties. First of all, now we see here, I have shown you on the screen here. Number one, angle opposite to the equal side of an isosceles triangle are equal. The question was asked by some learners, angles opposite to the equal side of an isosceles triangles are equal. Now we have to
Sir,
prove that
this question is from Karnal, and the
Yes.
learner is Poonam.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Okay. So now first of all, we will prove it. Then after that, we will apply it. So the learners ask the question, only the application now. So how did we arrive at the application here? So first of all, I will see here. Now we see here A, B, C. Now we see here the triangle ABC. And if these two sides are, it is an isosceles triangle, hence these two sides are equal. And we have to prove that angle B should be equal to the angle C, or the angle opposite to the equal sides are equal. So now we make a construction here. This one. This is the AD. Now the construction is AD is a bisector, angle bisector of angle A. So this angle 1 and 2 both will be equal here. Now we take here, now we have two triangles here, ABD and ACD. AD is by construction here. It is just a angle bisector of angle A. It is the construction. So angle 1 is, now we apply here in triangle ABD and triangle ADC. What we see here? AB. AB is congruent to the AC. It is given. Angle 1 is equal to the angle 2. It is by construction. And AD side is common in both the triangle. So by SAS. This is the S, this is the A, and this is the S. So by SAS, congruence rule, the triangle ABD will be congruent. Now see here, ABD. So you see here the AB side. This angle A is first here, so we will write here A. A is both. So what about the AB? AB is the first two letter. So AB is equal to the AC. Now you can see here AB is corresponding to the AC. So AB is the first two letters. So the AC will be. And last one, it is the D. So the D, which will confirm AD. AD is AD. So it is confirmed the correct, it is the correct congruency that we have written here. Now we extend it. The rest of the part will also be the equal. So what can you say about the angle B and angle C? This angle B will be equal to the angle C. This is the one of the parts of the congruence triangle or the congruency. So this will also be the equal. So the and BD will also be equal to the DC. BD will also be equal to the DC. This BD will be equal to the DC. So AD will also be the median, or AD will become the median also. So we have proved here, we have proved here, if AB and AC both are equal in any triangle, then the angles opposite to the equal side, this is the angle 3 or the angle 4 or angle B or angle C will be equal. And the question that was asked, it was like that. A, B, C, and these two sides were equal, and this angle, I think it was some of the measure. Let us take it is of 30 degree. It may be any angle here. Let us take it as 30 degree here. So these two sides, since AB equal AC, and we have proved here that if any two isosceles triangle or in any triangle two sides are equal, then the angles opposite to them are also equal. It means the angle opposite, this one and this one too. Angle C is opposite to the angle B. Angle B is opposite to the angle C. So what is the AB? Angle C will be equal angle B. Let us consider it is X. Let us consider it is X here. So by angle sum property of triangle, it states that the sum of all three angles will be of 180 degree. So we see here angle A is of 30 degree. This is of angle X. This is also angle X, 2X, and it will give you 2X equal 150 when 30 will go this side. So it will be 30 and X will be 75 degree. So we can write here the angle B equal angle C equal 75 degree. So this is the question here. So before we go to the questions, first of all, we have to learn the property of the triangle, and vice versa too. Vice versa too means if in any two triangles, two angles are equal, then the side opposite to them are also equal. If angle B or angle C are equal, for example, if angle B equal angle C, then you can write here the angle B and means there AC will be equal to AB. So this and this both are correct. If AC equal AB, then angle B equal angle C. If angle B equal angle C, then AC equal AB. So I think the question is taken here, or it will be clear to the learners here. So now we move to the PPT. Now we move to the SSS congruence rule, sir.
Sir,
Now
one,
it is
Sir, one more question is coming from Karthik
Yes,
from Himachal Pradesh.
yes,
He is asking, is there any verification proof of all these rules?
yes, 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 by construction,
Okay,
sir.
okay, okay. And what are these axioms?
What are?
What are these axioms? AXMOS. These rules
Axioms,
are
axioms,
axioms. Yeah, these
axioms,
rules are
axioms.
axioms.
Yes, yes, yes. Axioms are taken as granted, sir.
Okay, okay. So I hope the question of Karthik is clear. Okay, fine, sir. We will proceed further, sir.
Okay, sir. Now we come to the SSS congruence criterion rule here. If three sides of one triangle are equal to the three sides of the another triangle, then the two triangles are congruent. If we have two triangles here, ABC and XYZ, and the AB side is corresponding to the XY, it is 4. BC is corresponding to the YZ, it is 6. Similarly, AC is corresponding to the XZ, it is 3. So these are the two triangles. All three sides of one triangle are respectively equal to the all three sides of the another triangle. The triangles will be congruent. So this is the SSS, because we are using here only all three sides here. Three pairs of matching sides are here S. All three sides we are using here. So rest of the angles will be equal. But when all three angles are equal, the triangle is not necessarily to be congruent. I will take it after some time. So rest of the parts, I think SSS congruence rule, it is clear. See, if three sides of one triangle are equal to the three sides of the another triangle, then two triangles will be congruent here. So now we
Sir,
move.
one learner is there from
Yes.
Jammu, JNV to Jammu, and her name is Harshita.
Yes.
She is asking about corollary.
Okay. This corollary means the extended form of any rule, sir. Just here we have used here, actually the congruence rule was ASA congruence rule. So ASA extended form, what was the AAS? So AAS is the corollary here.
Yes, sir. Correct, sir. Proceed, sir.
Now, one question is there. Now we come to the RHS congruence criterion here. So RHS congruence, R stands for right angle, H stands for hypotenuse, S stands for side. If in two right triangles, the hypotenuse and one side of a triangle are equal to the hypotenuse and one side of the other triangle, then the two triangles will be congruent. So the RHS congruence rule states that we have taken here the triangle PQR and ABC. These are the two triangles here, ABC and PQR. These are two right triangles. Their angle P is of 90 degree, angle B is of 90 degree, and AB is 3 centimeter, which is congruent to the PR here. AB and PR both are equal of 3 centimeter. AC is the hypotenuse. It is the longest side. AC is the longest side here. AC and QR both are of 8 centimeter. So in these two right angles, we see that the hypotenuse and one of the side of one triangle, one right angle. These are two right triangles. It is applicable only in the right angle triangle. So in two right angle triangle, if the hypotenuse and one of the sides of the one triangle are equal to the hypotenuse to the one side of the other triangle, then we can say the triangles are congruent. So we can say here that triangles will be congruent here. And after that, we go to the question was asked, which of the congruence condition does not exist or do not exist here. So I think one of the learner asked this question here. In case of a triangle YASS or ASSA, congruence rule does not exist. And
Yes,
why?
sir.
If
This
angle congruence rule does not, these are the three, one, two, so they do not exist, and why they do not exist. So we are using the three pairs of matching part. These are also three pairs of matching part. In the case of SAS, we are using the two pairs of side and one angle. We are also using here two side and one angle. Then why ASS or SSA congruence rule does not, is it not a, actually it is not a congruence rule. So the angle side or SSA congruence rule कोई होता ही नहीं है, it does not exist. And why it does not exist? Now we go to the you can see here, first of all, you see on the screen, now you can see here on the screen. One triangle is TRS, another triangle is DEF, and so now we have to see whether if angle side or the SSA, here you can see here R, RT and S, angle side or side angle does not exist. Now you can see, first of all you see on the figure, then we will go to the practical one. Now I will, then first of all you see, then I will draw, then you can understand it. You can see it. First of all you can see it, then I will take YASS or SSA does not exist. Now we go now you can see here, I have taken a triangle here ABC. I have taken here the triangle ABC. This one is the A, and this one is the AB, and this one is the AC. Angle side or side angle. Now we take another triangles with these measures or with these values given. So now we draw another triangle here. I have just draw an angle of 40 degree because the B is 40, so I have drawn angle 40 degree here, Q. And AB is 7, so I have also draw a 7 here. So the PQ is also 7 here. Now we see the important thing here, why ASSS fail or SSA does not exist. You can see here, this is the side of 5 centimeter, just I have taken here. You can see here, this is of 5 centimeter here. You can see here, learners. Now, this is of 5. Now, what we see here, when we draw the arc, this arc intersect the side this point and this point too. So it is R and this is the point T I have taken just now. Now you can see here, what we observe here is from the point P, we draw an arc of 5 centimeter. This arc intersect QT, QM, not QM, QM at R and T. So if we join P to R, so these two triangles will be congruent. But in case of when we join P to T, what we say, this whole triangle is not congruent to this time. This one is larger and this one is the smaller. Hence, ASS congruence rule or SSA does not exist. It may exist and it may not exist. So PQR may exist, but PQT does not exist. So the PQR is congruent to the triangle ABC, but ABC is not congruent to the PQT. They have the same length. 7, this is 7, this is also 5, this is also 5. So the PQT and ABC both are not congruent. If we put the figure PQT on the ABC, it will cover completely. But when ABC is placed on the triangle PQT, then it will not cover it completely. Hence, the ASS and SSA does not exist. I think it is clear answer. I think.
Sir,
Hope the learners understood why SS and SSA does not exist.
sir,
And what about the
hello.
AAA? Sir,
एक्सक्यूज मी सर, सर एक लर्नर है अंजलि दिल्ली
Yes.
से, वो पूछ रही है कि कॉन्ग्रुएंस और सिमिलैरिटी में डिफरेंस क्या है?
of course, the congruence consists of the symbol equality and similarity. So the all congruent figures, all congruent, you can see here, this is the similarity symbol and this is the equality symbol. When these two combines, when any two figures have the same, any two figures having the same symbol, these two symbols, then they are congruent. But this is the similar figure. This is the similar figure. This is the similar figure. Just like a 5 rupees coin, one at 10 rupees coin. Both are similar, but they are not congruent.
सर तो एक और क्वेश्चन आ रहा है
Sir,
पूनम का, वो बोल रही है कि दो सर्कमफ्रेंस सेम है तो क्या वो कॉन्ग्रुएंट होंगे?
what,
Always.
sir? What?
If the circumference of two circles are
I have taken, sir. I have taken it. When two
Okay.
circles having the some circumference,
हाँ,
when two circles having the same circumference, just you see on the screen, I have just.
yes sir,
Now you can see here. These are the two circles having the circumference same. These circumference, C1 circle, C1 and C2 both are same here. You can see here. And having the radii R1 and R2. Since the circumference is equal to pi R1, this one is the 2 pi R2. So the circumference are same. So what about this? We will put the value of 2 pi R1, 2 pi R2. So 2 pi and 2 pi both are cancelled. R1 and R2 both are equal. So the two circles, now circles have the same radii. When the circles have same radii, then they will be congruent. So the circumference and the similar we can take. If the areas are same, you can see here, if the areas are same, then they will be congruent because their radii after calculation, the radii becomes same. Hence, the circles will be congruent, whether they have same circumference or whether they have same area. These are the two examples I have taken already here. I think it is clear to everyone. Hope the learners would have
Yes, sir.
understood it.
yes sir, yes sir.
Yes. So we have shown here the ASS and YSSA are not a congruent rule. Right? Now we come to the another question, that was the Y angle. When all three angles are equal, then it is whether it becomes the congruence rule or not. Now we see on the screen here. Now we see here on the screen. Now we see here on the screen. I have triangle ABC and PQR. Angle A, angle P equal, angle B is equal to the angle Q, angle C is equal to the angle R. I have written already here. You can see on the screen. What we observe when we place the triangle PQR on the triangle ABC. So what we see here, it does not cover the triangle PQR red color triangle PQR does not cover the triangle ABC. Hence, we can say the triangles are not congruent if they have the equal measures only. So it is clear. So the angle congruent, there is no angle congruence rule. So hope all the congruence rule are equal, or hope you have understood that the congruence rule here. Another example is here. We have taken here the right angle triangle. These are the two triangles ABC and PQR, both are the right angle triangle. When we put the PQR triangle on the ABC, what we observe here, it does not cover the triangle ABC. Hence, the angle congruence rule does not exist. I think it will be clear to the answer. I think it is clear. Now, some question was also asked there by someone. A question was asked there. And the question that was asked there, now the one of the question that was asked by some learner, whether the triangle AMP is congruent triangle AMQ. Now one of the learners asked that whether these two triangles are congruent or not. Now we see AMP. Where is the AMP? AMP is the triangle here. This is the AMP triangle here. This is the AMP triangle. This is the AMP. And this one is the AMQ here. Now we see here in triangle AMP and triangle AMQ. So what we see here, AM is common in both the triangle. This is the common. This is the common. And this angle 1 and angle 2 both are equal. It is given that angle 1, 2 both are. PM is also given as the MQ. So this is the S, this is the A, this is the S. This angle is included between these two sides. So we can apply here SAS because the angle is included in between these two sides. Hence the SAS congruence rule, the triangle AMP, again angle M is in between. So the angle M is here. AM is the first letter. So what about the AM? AM is the AM. So this is also AM. And PM. PM is the last two letter. This is the MQ. So the Q will be there. Now rest of the part will be equal. So the rest of the part, what can you say about the PM? So the PM will be equal to the MQ because we have used here. Similarly, the angle PMA and QMA, PMA and QMA both are equal. It is given. And at last by CPCT, you can say that the AP, this AP will be this AP. This is the last two letters and this is the last two letters. So the AP will be congruent to AQ. And what about the angle P here? Angle P is last and this is angle Q. So the angle Q will be equal here. So these are all these are the corresponding parts of the congruent triangle. We have used these three pairs of matching part here to make the triangle or to show the triangle congruent here. Now, with the help of it, the rest, when the triangles becomes congruent, then the triangle become congruent, then rest of the parts will also be the equal. Hence, this AP will be equal to the side AQ. This angle P will be equal to the angle Q, and this angle PAM will also be the angle MAQ. So we can also say that AM is the angle bisector of angle PAQ. I think that it is clear. The doubts, all the doubts I have taken that. I think.
Sir, one more last question we will take up for this session.
Okay,
Sir, the learner is from JNV Kadapa.
Yes.
And he is asking, why don't we shorten the arc in ASS congruence property?
No. Once actually now we cannot shorten because we have taken the parts same. In the question of this one, we are using here ASS. So it means that we have to take the all the parts same to show the triangle congruent. So we cannot shorten that one. So that the side is shortened, when this AC is shortened, then the triangles will never be the congruent. So we cannot consider this one too. So we cannot say that. But I am saying here, if this may happen or may not happen. In the case of this one, this is the same because the side must be same. Because we are showing the congruence here. Congruence we are showing, it means we have to take the parts same. That is why we cannot shorten the side here. Okay?
Okay, sir.
Okay. So I think the learners have understood the properties of the congruence rule here. Now I will take the further properties in the next session. So hope you will understand. So thank you learners very much.
Thank you learners once again, and thank you sir